Righteous Consultant 333, like and subscribe. Send this far and wide. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. You guys out there, because there's a lot of things that have been transpiring that that go on in our lives that most people are not aware of, and it seems like at times that we don't even have nobody, and it's like there's no way for like no relief, and that can be frustrating in itself. So, every day, you got to just take it one step at a time and know that you could get through. And it is things that you could do. That's why I always talk about disputing, because I know that things will transpire. And no matter what type of person you are, if you're a religious person, you're it's whatever. I mean, everybody gonna go through something, and knowing what to do when things happen, it's a big help, not only to you, to the people that you say that you love as well. So people don't have to be scared. People don't have to be stressed out. You know that you have a route to go by, and you have a skill set, you know, if you learn this, because like, this is like, it's valuable and feel like that. I couldn't even muster the words to say, but this is like valuable. You need to know how to dispute, because things will happen. Like I say, it don't matter if you're not interested in credit, even if you just a regular person that work a job. Things happen like on jobs all the time. People just let stuff go. People don't understand that that's not doing nothing but hurting everybody, because you set in the status quo as for like the employees, they don't know nothing, and we could just do what we want to them. It's not gonna be no consequences. They already feel like that anyway. So you just put fuel in the fire. So I talk about dispute. I talk about disputes all the time. I talk about the FCRA. I talk about consumer law. I talk about credit, because I know credit is the bridge for being broke to rich. You can utilize credit, the bank's money, to get rich. You could go buy you a business. You can go start you a business. You could pay somebody to teach you something so you can know how to run the business. It's people doing stuff right now that you could pay. Then you could get the money from the bank and deploy it where you need to deploy it and get cracking, get your money. This by having good credit. You could get anything off your credit using consumer law, and you don't have to use AI, but AI, it makes it extremely easy. You don't have to write nothing, handwrite nothing. You just tell AI, "Hey, do this," and it's gonna do it. Then you learn how to take them to arbitration, and you cook them with grease. I don't, this is a no brainer. All I do, every month I get checks. I have multiple settlements, and it's not hard. I'm not no rocket scientist. If I could do it, anybody could do it. You don't got to be tech savvy or none of that. I got to do to utilize these few steps that I know that it pretty much get you where you want to be at. So if you got negatives on your consumer report, it really don't make sense in this time and age. But literally, you can use this and get it all fast, fast. I'm not gonna put no time limit, because it depends on you. And it depends on the company. All companies is different and they respond different. But it's just it's just a normal time frame. Within a few months, you can get the stuff off your credit report and get paid for it. You can't beat that. You got to know this. If you don't know this, you're losing. You got bad credit. It doesn't make sense. Why? Why? Then when you get the stuff off your credit, don't mess it up. Go buy a business. Get some money from the bank. Let the money from the business pay back the bank. Just keep going. You don't have to be no slave. You don't have to be no W-2 worker for the rest of your life if you don't want to. Some people don't mind. But like I said, if you're not selling nothing in America, I mean, even the foreigners know that. They come here and sell shit, because if you're not selling nothing, if you're not putting nothing down, how you gonna pick something up? I'm not trying to be smooth. What I'm saying, just think about it. If you're not putting nothing down, you're not putting nothing out there. How do you expect to receive something? Even like the Christians, when they say they believe that they're gonna have a blessing. Blessings come through people. So if you're not positioned to receive your blessing, how are you gonna be blessed? Even if you do want God to bless you, faith without work is dead. You have to put in the footwork, and the cold part about it is so easy, man. It's easy. It just some people just lazy, man. And to the point, some people are lazy. A lot of people are lazy. I wasn't one of them. But I was never really truly lazy. I just didn't know the information. But once I learned the information, I went to go do it because I'm like, this is nothing. I'm doing this stuff on my phone, on my laptop, on my computer. We're not talking about go sweating, go doing some slave work. We talking about doing some regular stuff on your phone. People online and on social media all day for free, paying everybody else and they're not putting out no content or anything or selling nothing. You have to sell something in America. Even the foreigners, they come over here and sell something, even bullshit candy or whatever it is. I mean, you have to sell something. I'm not even mad, you know. And the crazy part about it, you can do stuff from online. You can do stuff from your phone, from your laptop. You don't even have to be seen. You got to just know this information. Then once you know, you apply it. Because people know stuff, but they don't never apply it. So it's like it's useless. But back to credit. Credit is the bridge. It's the bridge from being broke to going rich. It's the bridge because you can be broke with good credit, right? You build your credit up, make yourself look good on paper. Then you can go get a bank loan or a business credit card from the bank and use that money to buy a business. You use that money to go buy a business. Or you start a business. You pay somebody to teach you how to start a business. This is what you do. So if you're not worried about none of that and you just want to, you got negative items on your credit report and you just want them off, just link in the description, righteousconsultant333.com. That's my website. Go down there. Anything that's negative on the credit report, just like it went on there, it could come off using consumer law. And it's my strategy. But if you just want us to do it, link in the description. You know, it's still the same thing. But if you want to learn, reach out because we teaching people as well. It's only going to be a few at a time. I'm not going to just, then I'm doing it for the low. So, Rice Consulting, y'all 333, like and subscribe. I love y'all. Peace.